Welcome to the Author Spotlight podcast by Morpheus Publishing, an exciting new podcast hosted by Justine Martin, CEO and founder of Morpheus Publishing. Justine is an accomplished author, publisher, writing coach, and illustrator. She will guide you through the captivating journey of bringing your words to the world, crafting stories that matter, tales that inspire, and books that make a difference. In each episode, Justine and Morpheus Publishing will spotlight a new author who has published an amazing book in genres such as personal development, self-help, children's picture books, and memoirs. Through the help of Morpheus Publishing, these authors have turned their dreams into reality, and now, you get to hear their stories. Join us on this journey as we explore the world of writing, publishing, and the incredible stories that come to life through the Author Spotlight podcast.
Welcome back, listeners, to Morpheus Publishing's Author Spotlight. Today in the studio, I have got the amazing Cate Green, who has written Rewriting 233. How MS woke me up to the life I was meant to ride. How are you, Cate?
I am very well, very warm, but I am very well, thank you.
Where are you at the moment?
I'm in Airlie Beach, actually, or just a little bit out of Airlie Beach, so it's muggy and beautiful, but yeah, not particularly good for MS, but we're coping.
Not like us down in Victoria at the moment, where it still seems quite cool. So
yeah.
For listeners who don't know you yet, who is Cate Green and how did Vic Ride come to life?
I was a businesswoman. I suppose I still am, but I ran a business and in Bendigo, Victoria, was diagnosed with MS in 2018, was a finalist as the Bendigo Business Awards in 2019, and exactly a month later I woke up at 2:33 paralysed from my neck down due to an MS relapse. I had booked a cycling trip to try and keep my mindset positive while being diagnosed with MS. So that was in Vietnam. 6 months later, after my paralysis, I rode from the north of Vietnam to the south. Fell in love with cycling and realised how much that could keep me literally on my feet. So I did Spain in 2023, and it was in the middle of Spain that I got the idea for Victoria. And so September 2000 and last year, 2024, I rode Victoria.
And that's what this was about.
Yeah, so that was a bike packing adventure. So everything I needed was on my bike. So I had about 20 kilos of stuff on the back of my bike. And we did 1,500 Ks over the period of a month on a bike.
Wow. That's a fair bit.
It is, particularly in that time frame. I look back now and go, oh my God, what was I thinking? But life-changing, absolutely life-changing.
So the title 233 holds a lot of meaning.
It does. 2:33 was the time I woke up and I couldn't move my legs and I couldn't move my left arm. I had my right arm to ring 000 and call an ambulance, but by the time I'd got to hospital, I'd lost both arms, both legs. Bowel and bladder went, and my eyesight was a bit weird. So I spent 6 days lying in a hospital bed, unable to move, and the medical profession not being able to give much hope of what my future might look like. So I got out of hospital after 3 weeks and went through 4 months of rehab, but I kept waking up at 2:33 checking that my legs were working, and I was living in a state of fear, really, and I had to get out of it. And riding Victoria, even riding Spain, was to prove to myself that you can live well with a chronic illness, that it doesn't have to paralyse you emotionally. If it does physically, it doesn't have to do it to your head. So I needed to prove to myself that I could live independently and do adventure stuff and not be terrified. So hence the rewriting 223. I had to change. 233 now means for me all will be well. I see it everywhere. usually when I'm panicking, and it'll flash up on somewhere, a number plate or a house number or something. And it's, for me now, I see that number, and instead of panicking, I go, all will be well. That's really the... Yeah.
Have you ever thought about writing your own book? Join the Morpheus Publishing Writing Group program and turn your dream into reality. Contact Morpheus Publishing today and start your journey to becoming a published author.
What was your most unexpected challenge on the ride?
Probably physically, I rode up the Otways, and I got halfway up the Otways and was really tired. And I sat down on a street pole to have a drink and some food. And when I went to stand up, I couldn't wait there. My legs had completely gone on a holiday, and I was 30 kilometres from a town and 600 metres elevation riding still to do for the day. And that really, I got out my phone to ring an ambulance because I was like, I just can't do this. If I can't move, I can't ride a bike. And I saw my bike, and I was like, well, I can't leave my bike behind. And so I was like, I've just got to get my shit together. Like, and they always come back. I mean, that's my thing, is like, they always come back. Like, if you don't panic, they come back. So I sat there for about half an hour, got enough strength to do some pole dancing, climb up the pole and bear some weight on my feet. I walked for, I don't know, about half a kilometre, but then realised that was pointless because I had 30 kilometres with 20 kilos weight on the bike. I wasn't going to do that. So I literally just had to get on my bike. That was the only option I had, was get on your bike and push pedals.
Yeah.
And so I did, and fortunately the universe provided 10 kilometres of flat ground for me to get my confidence back. And I did the 30 Ks, and I was fine from there on in. I really didn't have any other major MS-y moments. I had fatigue moments just because, like, riding 70, 80 kilometres a day is tiring, but not MS related.
Are you loving the podcast so far? Imagine the possibilities if you had Justine Martin guiding you through your writing journey. Whether you're crafting your next big book or perfecting a personal project, Justine's expertise can elevate your work. Don't miss out on the chance to work with a seasoned pro, ready to take your writing to the next level. Message us today and let's make your writing dreams come true.
So tell us about Sheba.
Sheba is my bike, was my bike for the Victorian ride. Her name, I always name my bikes because my logic is if anything's going to be between my legs for an extended amount of time, I need to be on a first name basis. And it actually comes from an ancient Bible story of David. My first bike was called David, out of David and Goliath, because my ride through Vietnam was very much conquering my Goliath. But the bigger story of David, he marries a woman, he sleeps with a woman called Bathsheba. And in the story, she never speaks. And she loses the child, and it's a horrific story. It's in the book. And so she eventually has a son who becomes the wisest man who's ever lived. So for me, Sheba, I named my bike Bathsheba, or Sheba for short, because my ride was about giving voice to the voiceless. So the people in visible disability particularly is not really recognised. People make assumptions about what you're capable of, and having to explain that all the time is tiring, and people just give up and so my passion is for giving voice to the voiceless. So Sheba became my companion to remind me on days where I wanted to go home and go, this is all too hard, to go, I'm doing this for a reason. My bicycle coach had a great phrase called, if you have a strong enough why, you'll put up with almost any how.
Yeah.
And that became my motto right through my ride, is like when he started training me, he was very strong on why do you want to do it. And Sheba was my reason for doing it. And So when I would ring him in the middle of the ride, going, it's raining and it's cold and it's windy and I want to come home, he'd be like, remember your why. Just remember your why. And there were a few moments where I swore at him and wanted to go F my why, but it got me it got me over the mountains, and it got me through the wind, and it got me through the cold and the loneliness and the and, you know, in hindsight now, like, it was the most awesome ride. But reading my book back, I'm like, there was a few moments that weren't so wonderful. Yeah.
So this book is available where, Kate?
You can order it on your website. You can order it through my Facebook page. And I believe it's on Amazon as well.
It is, and you've got copies of it personally as well.
I've got copies of it, so people contact... Sorry?
You're on another ride at the moment, aren't you?
I am riding around Australia, so I started in April. So Victoria was really my practice ride for Australia. I never intended on doing this on my own, but life had other challenges. So Sheba got run over by a truck in the beginning of my ride, which was very traumatic. Due to an MS moment, I was very tired and I hadn't secured her on the back of my car properly, and she fell off and got run over. But the kindness of strangers, within 24 hours I had 2 new bikes. So now I'm riding Lucy, and so we're riding around Australia, and we've come up inland, got up to Cairns, had my drug treatment in Cairns, turned around, and am now heading south.
So the money from the sale of these books is to
keep me on my bike so that I can fulfill my ride. So my ride is called Help Me Mind My Own Business, and my main cause for this ride is starting conversations about the impact of chronic illness, specifically MS, on business ownership. Because when I was lying in hospital unable to move, and I'm trying to run my business unable to move, I discovered that there's actually minimal support for business owners with chronic illness. So I was like, well, I'm going to get on my bike and ride around Australia and make some noise and see if we can garner some attention on how we can solve that issue. And so any money from the books that I get helps keep me on the ride and hopefully change. This ride is really about starting the conversation. I know what I want it to look like when I get back, but I need to gather stories, talk to people, raise awareness.
Aren't you, Kate?
I'm writing
stories for the next book.
Yes. So, yeah, I've settled into the routine. It's been a lot harder than this. This ride is 10 times harder than the Victorian ride, but it took me... I've been on the road 6 months already, and probably at least 4 of those months I really struggled to get a rhythm of what worked, how much I could push my body, how much I could keep my brain from a roller coaster ride. And so now I'm in the rhythm. I'm loving it, and so I'm staying put around Mackay area while I update my car stuff. And we've planned, I've got a lovely administrator, Claire, who's worked out my route back to Bendigo, and then we hope to go west.
Cool. Well, I look forward to hearing the updates, and for those that are wishing to purchase a copy of Rewriting 233, like we've said, it is available through Morpheus Publishing's website, Amazon, and you can contact Kate direct, and we'll actually have Kate's contact details in the show notes. So thanks for popping on and giving us an update, Kate, on where you're up to with it.
Well, thank you, Justine. It's been lovely to be here and lovely to be part of Morpheus to get it actually into a book, because it was there and just sitting there and going, one day I'll turn it into something. So it's actually really, it's really, a physical book is wonderful. Thank you.
physical book and a very good read for someone that's looking to fill an hour or two into that. And it'll make a really good gift as well with Christmas coming up just around the corner. So will you stay safe, Kate, on your bike?
I will try my hardest.
And we'll have a chat again another time when you've got your next one written.
Yes, we'll see when that turns out.
Until everyone else, have a great time, and I hope you're all writing.
Thank you.
Thank you for tuning in to the Author Spotlight podcast by Morpheus Publishing. We hope you enjoyed today's episode and found inspiration for your own writing journey. Don't forget to follow and subscribe to our podcast for more exciting content and author insights. Stay connected with us on social media at Morpheus Publishing and visit our website at www.morpheuspublishing.com.au to discover how we can help you bring your book dreams to life. Remember, don't wait. Take the first step now and turn your dreams into reality. See you next time.